does that feel most different?
Feels really short.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do that again. Okay. Set up. Give me 2. Do it again. Good. One more. Okay, so if you look at where that is relative to where it feels like it feels like there you're making no turn. And that is a way bigger turn than I'm sure it feels.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like your arms are going
Like right here.
super, super short. But the thing that I like that you're doing here is notice how you're keeping your elbows closer together at the top.
Yeah.
Right? So this right elbow isn't coming up. And so this is a little bit more supported there. Right?
Yeah.
So without that underneath your arm now, okay, get into your golf swing position. The same. The only difference there is the elbow doesn't get, but that's better than you normally get.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely a better position at the top of the backswing. So make me a practice swing where you feel like you're going to try full speed and you're going to try and feel like your elbows at the top, so go to the top, your elbows are trying to stay as close together as they can. So you're trying to feel like these stay in here and feel close together. Okay? So go up there and make a full practice swing, keep the elbows close. Good, do it again. Good. One more. Good, good, again. Good. One more. Good. That's more turn than you make, right? I think one of the issues that you have is on the golf course, it's easy for you to kind of lift and go that way. We're never, these are just kind of drills, right? You're never going to get into these positions. We're just trying to give you a sensation and a feeling that is really exaggerated and the exact opposite of what you do. Because what you're saying out of the driving range is you said, I feel like my bad shots are related to where my golf club is at the top. And you said you feel like this is, when it gets across the line, that's where you feel like is the issue.
Yeah.
Right? So when we're doing this, we're really exaggerating the backswing move. You're never going to get there, right?
Yeah.
But it's just designed, so go to the top. Do it again. That's really exaggerated with the arms. Good. Again. Good. Good. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Good. So now, let's do that again without a ball. Once you hear the bell, go. Okay? Good. 9 more of those. Good. Again. Good. 7 more. So we can set this anywhere in space that we want, right? So we're just getting you, when we set it, so go to the top. So we're just going to set this right there, right? If you went back further, go back further, I can set it to where it's further. Wherever you are, so we're setting it in a very kind of short, exaggerated, because when you go to make it, the tendency is to go. So we're going to overtrain and just get you to, and the great thing about this is, I think it's easy for me to kind of tell you where to go, right? And to get you into backswing positions and say, okay, we'll get your arm into this position. But you as the player have to go, okay, where does that feel? I'm not you, I can't feel that for you. So this biofeedback stuff to where we're just getting you to really exaggerate it. So again, we're going to set it short. So go up there and go what you feel like. Good. All right, so you've got to get 6 into there. Good. Again. Good. Good. Okay. 3 more. Good. 2 more. Good. 1 more. What feels most different?
How short it is.
Yeah. Okay, there's that part of it. And you feel the shortness in your turn, in your arms, in your hands. Where do you feel it?
In my arms.
Right. So you feel the arms not doing what? Going back too far, right? So we're basically just restricting how far back your arm swing can go.
Okay.
Right, so get what you feel like is the feel and hit it, no stop. Good. Here's the thing, you might always be a little bit across. Every player has a signature, right? They have DNA that they do. And can you get that out of there? Sure. But would you swing any better? We don't know yet, right? So the idea of you feeling like this is more here. Another way that we can get you to feel this and where we want this at the top. So if you think about this kind of tennis racket, right? So you're going to try and feel like at the top, you're trying to feel like the racket is going to point back over here behind you, not point over there. So take your setup and point that at the top, yeah, feeling of it. You're never going to get it down. You would have to be bent over in order to get it into that position. And this is one of the reasons why I think for you, you struggle, because what you do is when you practice it, you go like this. And you can look at it over here, but your torso is standing up. The problem is you don't play from that position. So you've got to get to where you can get the feeling of where it is, but this feels like it stays down. So you still feel like you're bent forward. And without looking at it, get it into that position. Good. Do that again. So now this is all underneath you, the shoulder, this is stronger, and this is more here. Does that feel stronger?
Yeah.
Okay, do that again. Good. Keep staying bent over, don't stand up. Good. Again. Good. Stay right there. Really good there. Really solid. Stay there, but you're bent forward. Okay? See if you can try and get the same feel now. Yeah, and it's staying bent over.
Yeah.
Right. So what we do in the golf swing to get the body into the position we want to address is I'm standing straight up. So I have to take my upper body and lean my upper body forward. Right. So my upper body now is forward. We call this flexing forward. If you ask me to lean back, I would extend back. So you get into a position where you're leaning forward, we call that flexion. The bad ones for you is as you go back, you start to stand up and come out of your posture. So you've gone from bending forward to now starting to extend and bend back. But now you have to get back that way. So as we're doing these drills and the exaggeration, part of what's different is for you to do this, you're actually staying downward. That's why it feels so much shorter of you. It's actually not shorter, it just feels that way because you're used to kind of standing up and out of your posture. So what we're doing is we're just getting you to stay super, super down. So now, let's restart that. Put this back. Okay. Let's set this again. So go to the top. Get that stay bent forward. Okay, do it again. Go to the top. Good. Again. Good. Good. Five more. Good. One more. Way different. That feel different?
Yeah.
Helps with this because it's bigger and it gives you the visual of me going over here than over there. Right, so take this and get this across the line at the top. Yeah. So what do? That, and then you stand up. So do the opposite. Yeah, so you stay down a lot more. You're down and this is more here. So if you think about it, the bad ones for you, this is your shoulders. When you get it across the line, the tendency, if you think about this, the tendency for you when you get this across the line is you come and you raise up and this comes up here. When you're doing these drills and we have you doing this feedback, this is staying down a lot more. This isn't coming up. So if you imagine that this has a laser on it, you're trying to feel like the laser would stay pointing to the ground. Then if I get into here, this all would stay in this structure. But if I come like this, for me to get this, it'd be way much more.
Well, would that be part of the reason why it looks like my head drops out so much?
Yeah, well, it has to, because remember, you're taking your upper body, right, to get, so stand over here. So to get to the golf ball, right?
Yeah.
I take the golf ball, and if I stand straight up, for me to get to the golf ball, I have to take my upper torso and bend forward. So we call this forward bend, and we call this backwards bend. So I bend forward. So if I go to the top of the backswing, and I'm staying bent forward, I don't really have to do anything. If I go from here, go to the top of the backswing, and then my shoulders start to get flat, then if you stayed in this position and tried to hit the golf ball, you'd miss it.
Yeah.
So if you go bent forward, go to the top and start to go backwards, the first thing you have to do on the downswing is to get forward. That's also why the miss for you tends to be the one that goes with the irons to the left, because when you go to get back down, what's it do to the path? Get it to the right or get it to the left? It gets it to the left, you feel it, you bail out, and the face stays open. Whereas when you can get in here and get over here and this stays down, and the arms are all here and supported, you can go get that little right path that you want all the time. You see it in the head position.
Yeah.
So it's easy for you on video to look at it and go, okay, well, it's my head that's the issue. The head is the effect of you going here, there, and now having to go back. The days that you time it, the days that everything feels really good, you crush it. You're a good enough athlete to get it. So this exaggeration is, hey, and if we take it from here and get it just down to here, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to get it into these, just because it's not the way your golf swing works. But let's do a couple more like that. Let's do another round of. Okay. Point the racket at the top behind you. Good. Again. Good. Then your body stays. Good. As soon as you go more forward, you get into the position we're trying to get you in. And you're staying more down. Last one. Good. Way different. Does that make sense? Do you understand the up and the down part? So right now you're standing straight up. So to get to the golf ball, you've got to take this part and lean this part forward. And then in the backswing, we can't have you go from this angle to that angle, right? You could do it if you stayed here, but your problem is because of your height and because of all that. And like you said, the line that we've got to kind of ride is, that's where you get a lot of your power. So we're not going to try and take that away. But what we are going to do is continue to get you to feel, especially with your irons, and feel like you're there. Driver, you're going to do what you do, right? And the idea is over time, the more we do this with the irons, it will start to bleed into what's happening with the driver. But like I said, you said outside the look of it, it might not ever really, the look is far less important than to what's actually happening. The look is the aesthetic part.
Yeah.
Right? I couldn't care less what the aesthetics are, right? But if we can have you have the sensation, the feeling that our chest is more down instead of back, then it's going to take that one for you to have to dive with your head